So right before I'm recording this little piece of audio here, our Ava 3 video got copyright striked and then deleted. I'm sure anyone who's listening to this has seen it, but it is literally like a 4 to 6 second loop of Shinji like opening his eyes and looking around for 40 minutes. That's the whole video. That's the whole background video. Just a little something to look at while you listen to our beautiful voices. But apparently it's too blatant and inflammatory towards the copyright to be acceptable. So I'm going to make a nice little remastered version for everyone to love, and it's just going to be so beautiful. It's going to rock your world. So, yeah, stay tuned. Well, that was a movie.
Yeah, it certainly was.
That was 95 minutes.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it until the end. I'll admit it.
As it was closing, my main the credits were rolling or whatever. My main thought was like, I've never been
so like kind of weirded out.
Okay, well, all right.
The action, animation, everything's good, but like the story makes no sense. The characters are one-dimensional, and they don't act like themselves. I realize there's a time skip, but a very unexplained time skip. Why don't they have a pilot's age?
Yeah, it's the curse. All right, well, let me just give my overall thoughts real quick. The first 35 minutes, I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Like that first action scene was kind of fun to watch, but really the whole time I was just kind of like upset and pissed off, which we'll go into detail more about. And then when like Shinji was by himself and he had the scenes with Kaoru, I was like kind of getting that Shinji Ava vibe.
I think it was a little bit boring though. Personally,
a little bit slow. That's true. But you know, I was kind of into it.
Yeah.
The part where they like climb down the stairs.
Yeah, that was cool. Showed like the result of Third Impact. That was pretty neat. And visually striking.
The scenes with Shinji talking with Kaoru and the one where he talked to Fuyutsuki were nice because they just like they just explained shit. And
I finally got the scene that I wanted from the original Eva series with like either Gendo or Fuyutsuki like sitting down and talking to Shinji. Just talk to him. Just talk to him.
And then
I think it's supposed to be pronounced Fuyutsuki. That's how Gendo pronounces it. So
I don't know. We're a
bit late.
Yeah, we're white boys. We don't understand how to pronounce Japanese words. And then like the ending
or German words for that matter.
The ending was cool, but the entire time I had no idea what was going on.
At least like the last scene with Asuka, Shinji, and Rei, which replacement Rei.
Yeah. Black plug suit Rei.
Yeah. BS Rei.
Yep.
BPS Rei, I guess.
No, I like BS Rei better.
BS Rei. Yeah. It's with Asuka like pulling Shinji. They act like the original characters more.
Yeah.
They finally like feel like their original counterparts.
All right.
And I like that because the characters in this are like way one-dimensional. Asuka's just angry, demanding, and a bitch the whole time.
Here's let's start at the beginning and let's just bitch about it. I'm just gonna bitch about the beginning. All right, the airship. All right,
the airship was kind of cool.
I'm trying to think where to start. The airship's cool, but it's stupid.
Stupid, yeah.
It's way too like anime-y.
Okay, yeah. I said this too to Tyler. Like they pull like my least favorite mecha trope ever, in that pilot of robot does thing, ground crew and everybody else hates him.
Yeah, that's like
they just don't like him.
Well, no. All right, so Shinji wakes up, and then everyone treats him like shit and gives him dirty looks. But they don't tell him what's going on at all. And then they have this big battle, and apparently he's supposed to be quarantined, but they have this big battle, and they never do anything to him. No. And they quarantine him after.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come back to the battle scene, but when they quarantine him, so Misato's just leaning against a wall, and then Ritsuko's like sitting there with her stupid haircut.
Ritsuko's actually talking to Shinji, which makes no sense whatsoever.
And then Shinji's sitting behind a glass wall, and he's like, "What's going on?" And just like not telling him. And then Asuka comes in, and she like punches the glass, and he's like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "Pain and sorrow." And I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
She's the carrier of the pain and the sorrow.
And then
it will truly be the end of Evangelion for the boy.
And then he hears Rei's voice, so he's like, "Ayanami?" And then, like, everything's going off. And then Ayanami's Eva hand reaches in.
Mark 9.
Yeah. Takes him away.
Which is, yeah, it looks exactly like the prototype, but it's Mark 9.
Yeah. And then he leaves. Okay. So that all of that made me... I was pissed off the first 30 minutes of the movie.
Then you do not see them again until the end.
Yeah.
All these side characters that they added, who you know nothing about. Toji's sister's there.
She's kind of cute, but like, I mean, all right, she doesn't really bother me because
she's an existing character.
Well, and
she has an implied existing character,
and she has the line where she's like, she
thanks
tells
him for taking care of her brother.
Well, and she tells him not to pilot the Eva because of what happened last time where she got hurt. So that made it worth it. But then there's like the chick with the fucking Botox lips and the pink hair.
Yeah, I don't...
Kitakawa or whatever.
Kitakami or Kitakawa?
I
don't know.
She was distracting because she looked so out of place.
Yeah, she looked way too much like... She looked like she was from, like, Escaflowne or, Macross. She looked like she was from Macross a bit.
There was a scene with Maya that literally had no purpose.
No, she's just like... Yeah, she was out of place.
She's like, I hate young men.
It was like that and, like, why is Maya yelling at people? It makes no sense. Like, okay, that's not Maya's character.
So they don't explain anything that's happened.
No.
Like, why Ritsuko and Katsuragi are so different?
Yeah.
Like, the actual, like, development of their character that happened.
They switched personalities,
yeah,
essentially.
Whatever development of their character happened, we have no idea about any of it. None of it is ever explained. Misato kind of looks cool, but she's a total bitch to Shinji. Never tells him anything. Now he's got this bomb collar. The only slightly Misato thing she does the entire time, bruh, is when he's flying away with Rei and she, like, doesn't push the button. That's the only time I was like, that's Misato. That's the only time.
Bro, what's another stupid thing with the bomb collar? There's another thing with the bomb collar. With what is it? What's another series, like, show or whatever that had a bomb collar in it?
Fallout has bomb collars.
Oh, I can't... Oh, it's like in Star Wars with the stupid chip that blows you up if you leave the planet.
Yeah. Oh, God. It was just dumb.
Oh, yeah. It's dumb.
And then, okay, so there's the scenes with Kaoru and Shinji, which are, like, more what I wish they were in the original series. Like, it makes a lot more sense why they would, like, be so close.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously Kaoru's the only one that's nice to him. They do stuff together.
Yeah.
And, like, Shinji is completely alone eating mustard and mayonnaise every day.
Yeah.
And talking and playing piano with Kaoru.
He's trying to get BS Rei to, like, read, but she's not, like, the original Rei that we're used to, so it doesn't stick. And he sees Gendo one time, and Gendo's like, "You will pilot the Eva," and he's like, "I got questions, Dad." and then Gendo just walks away. Here's what makes me mad about Gendo. This is an overall thing for the whole movie. Two things that make me mad. His glasses are stupid. What is he? He looks like a Power Ranger or something. I hate it. It's terrible. He looks like he's on the Jetsons or something. I can't do it, man. Oh my God. And then, okay. So. Go, Gendo Rangers!
You know what it seems like? Gendo seems like a parody of his original self.
They all are!
Because, alright. In the original series, Gendo was always doing mysterious shit and, like, manipulating everybody, right?
Yeah.
But in this movie, he does nothing. He literally does nothing.
I'm sorry!
What is one thing that he does?
He shuts down the sane guys.
Yeah, like, he has...
Oh, who are apparently brains in the pillars now.
He brings Shinji to his base or whatever, Nerve, and he lets Rei live. That's the only thing he does during the entire movie. And then at the end, everyone's like, "Gendo did it again. He's such a genius. He duped us all." It's like it's a parody. He doesn't.
The chess master Gendo.
He doesn't do anything.
Okay, the thing about, like, the chess master Gendo thing with Kaoru would have been more striking if it would have been Gendo playing shogi with Shinji instead of Futsuki doing it.
Or if Gendo did anything. The whole entire movie.
If Gendo and Futsuki were playing chess, or if Gendo and Shinji were playing chess, it'd make more sense.
Speaking of characters who don't do anything, Mary.
Yeah, we're still trying. We don't know what her whole deal is.
She's nothing about her is explained whatsoever.
Nah, I just like her. I mean, I like her. I don't like her more than Ray.
Asuka
like
is kind of what you'd expect, but you don't really see, like... You don't know, like, what they're doing. You have no idea. You know, alright, the organization is against Nerve. We know that.
Yeah.
But why? Because, like, did they find out that Gendo's trying to, like, start more, human instrumentality or something? Maybe. But, like, how did they convince Asuka? How did they convince... What's Mary's deal? Because she was against Nerve in the last movie, right? It seemed like she had a line or two about, like... So, where the fuck did she come from? Is it some, like... Anyway, Shinji and Kaoru are hanging out. And then they have the scene that I like, where they're, like, they walk down the stairs and, like...
Yeah.
Kaoru's just doesn't need it. It's kind of weird to me that Shinji doesn't say anything.
Right.
About it, but... Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I can live with it, I guess. Because when I watch these movies, I'm always under the assumption that they expect you to have seen the original series first.
Oh, yeah.
Just the way...
It's just like the same with Fuyutsuki and Gendo, like, looking at Kaoru on the moon with no spacesuit or anything, he's just sitting there.
Yeah, like...
And then don't go...
If you've never seen... If you just start with these movies, then that will, like make you very confused and pissed off, but, like, if you've seen the original series, you're like...
I've seen it, I'm confused and angry.
But if you've seen the original series, then it's kind of like, okay, it's Kaoru,
Right. Well, I think the problem is with us is, like, we've seen it, we've kind of critically analyzed it a little bit, and gone, this shit doesn't make any fucking sense compared to the old series. The old series made sense, this doesn't.
So, I'm trying to think. So, the piano stuff was fine. I liked the scene where they're playing the piano is probably my favorite scene, because it's got, like, some cool musical animation, and it's got, like, those hand-painted drawings, or, I mean, not hand-painted, but, like, pencil drawings they look like in the background or whatever.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite, like, scene in terms of, like, presentation. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
They have the scene where they talk. Shinji has the scene where he talks to Fuyutsuki. And I enjoyed that, too.
Oh, yeah, Fuyutsuki has a picture of his mom.
And I liked that.
And Mary is in the picture with Yui.
Yeah.
And you actually see Mary does kind of say something to BS Ray about, wow, your original counterpart was easier to get along with. So Mary is somehow connected to Yui.
And
so
I have no faith that the fourth movie is going to follow up on any of the stuff. Okay, because you could... If you're, like, listening to our critiques and saying, it could be, explained in the fourth movie. But yeah, okay, I shouldn't be pissed off when I'm watching. I'm pissed off because I have no idea what the hell is going on.
Right.
There's in the original series, when you were kind of confused about the big stuff,
yeah,
there was always the characters to, like, they had no idea what the fuck was going on. So you were like,
right.
And, you were grounded to the characters. But this time, every character knows what's going on except Shinji, and nobody tells him. So I feel like Shinji, I just want to...
We are Shinji. And I don't like that feeling.
Ano did it, bro. No, I hate it. It's terrible. So, that scene, that's probably my favorite scene.
I think he was too busy worrying about Godzilla than he was making this.
Well, this movie came out like 2012?
I don't remember.
I think it was 2009, 2007, 2009, 2011, or 2012. Anyway. So that's the only scene that I thought was, like, had that Eva style of directing. Like, I like the low shot of Fuyutsuki, and he's, like, basked in shadow. Like,
yeah,
Shinji's, like, seeing him as this, like, kind of terrifying person, even though he's just explaining stuff to him because he didn't know any of this stuff.
Right, and you notice that when Fuyutsuki was, like, third boy.
Yeah.
Do you know how to play Chinese chess or Japanese chess? And it's like, why doesn't anyone call Shinji just Shinji? Yeah. Except for Kaoru. Why does no one call him Shinji? Masato doesn't talk to him.
So
Ritsuko doesn't ever really address him.
No.
All Asuka calls him is idiot Shinji or brat Shinji.
Asuka doesn't call anybody by their name, though, at least.
Yeah, that's terrible.
We'll get to Asuka, trust me. I got complaints about Asuka.
Like, all she calls Mary is four-eyed crony, and it's like, that's just horrible.
So, during this section, there's also some scenes with Ray, which are...
Original Ray's, like, showing up to BS Ray, and is like, oh, what would original Ray do? And it's like...
Yeah, this is a new Rey. She has this is the most personality-less Rey we've ever seen.
Yeah, she's like, I have not been ordered to read these books.
So, and Shinji's obviously pissed off, but like in the final battle, Rey she's like, I'm not the original, or like she says,
oh no. Like,
what would the original Ayanami
during the descent with Kaoru in Unit 13 and with Mark 9 there?
Yeah.
Shinji goes, why is she here? She's not even the original Rey.
Yeah, and she's like, huh?
Yeah, I'd be mad about that too.
So,
I'd be like, damn, bro.
What they do with her in this movie I don't think it's terrible.
No.
But I feel like it comes at the expense of the most fleshed out Rey yet, because
yeah.
I feel like the second movie, well, the first and second movie were like, they really put a lot of focus on Rey compared to the original series, and like,
right.
Now we just have this. She's not even really the same character.
Nope.
Which was annoying. Yeah,
it's kind of sad.
So,
but she does have that moment of like, she asks Asuka like, what would Rey Ayanami do in this situation? Asuka goes, I don't know. What do you want to do? And she goes, what?
I just thought of this. Back to the Fuyutsuki thing. Because the way he explains overall like backgrounds lore of the series, he says like, yeah, Yui wanted to be in the Eva, and
she wanted to make a new.
She was in unit. She's in Unit 1, and you were there. Like
you were there, but your mind was wiped.
Well, the way he explains it goes back to that thing where it really seems like they wanted you to watch the original series, and then when Fuyutsuki says that, it's just confirming that it's the same. Now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's dumb.
I feel like
I don't like that they changed her original maiden name to Ayanami. Like, that's so dumb.
I feel like it's torn between it wants to do new stuff,
but they gotta make the old fans happy.
Well, but they have to re-explain old shit.
Yeah.
Because it's not a sequel. So
it's a retelling.
So we're on the third movie. We don't know necessarily that Yui's in Unit 1 or that Rey's are clones. We don't know that.
They straight up and say it.
It could be different. So then Fuyutsuki's just got to be like, yeah, that's how it is.
Like this movie should have showed more and told less.
Yeah, like this whole movie is just like, it's half like explaining lore of the series just to confirm that it's the same as the original.
Like, that's if you played a Dark Souls game and, like, the game was, oh, Gwyn did this and this and this. Oh, player character, you are this, this, and this.
Yeah, and just so you know that it's the same as in the old game, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, man. So,
like, show, don't tell.
So that part wasn't enjoyable enough, I guess. And then Kaoru and Shinji decide to go to...
Fuyutsuki's a walking wiki page.
Go to Lilith's corpse and try to get the spears.
That was so hyped, though, because there's like a mountain of skulls.
I know that. It was cool.
They started playing heavy metal, and I'm like, yo, this is a metal album cover.
So they're climbing up. They're climbing up.
These skulls. Kaoru's acting weird. He's like, those aren't the spears we need.
This is where the movie stops making any sense. He's like, we need the spear of Longinus and the spear of Cassius. And these are both identical. So they can't be right. And then Shinji's like, well, we got to get them. And Kaoru's like, just sitting there, like with his hand in his face. And Shinji's like, well, what? He's like, I've ruined the world. You told me I'm a piece of shit. Everyone hates me. I want to do something good. You told me this would work. And Kaoru's like, I don't know, man. And Shinji's like, well, I'm going to do it. He's like, I hope Kaoru's like, don't do it. And then
I told Shinji to get the spears, and he did it. The madman.
Well, and like, now it makes sense that everyone's mad at Shinji because he doesn't listen, but nobody tells him anything. They're like, he wants to save one of the only people he cares about in the second movie, and then he fucks the world up, and then everyone hates him. Everyone thinks he's a piece of shit. And then at the end, in this movie, Kaoru's like, well, maybe you can make it all better. And Shinji's like, what? I can?
All right.
And then he starts doing it, and Kaoru's like, wait, don't.
Don't do it.
He's like, you can't make it better. This is wrong. He's like, what, are you stupid? I'm doing it. And then now it makes sense that everyone hates him again. So I'm like, oh my god. Like, technically,
they act like he came back before the 14 years was up and fucked it up even more, and then got put back into a coma, and that's why everyone hates him. So this is like the third time he's fucked shit up. They're on the 12th impact at this point.
It feels so it feels so contrived, like it's Eva, so everyone has to hate Shinji, even though, like, really, like,
They spent too much time making Shinji, like, feel good and everything in the second movie where they just have to, like, start at 0 and just hate him.
Well, and in the original series, when people were mad at Shinji, it was because he was being a coward, or they perceived him as, like, cowardly or, like, obedient, or, like, he was a pussy. That's what everyone thought. And they didn't think he would stand up for himself and stuff. So they didn't, when they were mad at him, that was why. Misato never, if he did something, like, wrong on accident, Misato never, like, gave him shit about it, you know what I mean?
No.
So now it just feels so contrived, like they have to hate Shinji. So even though what he did was an accident, they just hate his guts.
Right, he didn't know he was going to start the third impact.
It feels like they have to hate Shinji until the end of the fourth movie, so they're just making up ways that everyone will hate him. And the fact that they time skip is stupid, too. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Like, why couldn't this be, like, immediately after?
It could have been, like, a year.
Like, why 14?
It just makes more, like, plot holes.
Right, what were they doing for 14 years?
Yeah. Like, if it was 1 or 2 years, like, the fact that Shinji's, like, in a coma or something is way more believable.
That and why the characters don't look like they've aged.
Well,
the Curse of the Eva is stupid. Shut up, it's stupid.
Yeah, it's dumb. It is dumb.
The Curse of the Gundam. Like,
plus, if they're 16, you can make them fuck. So it's like, and then it's, whatever.
Everyone feels better in the end.
Yeah, the fact that there's a time skip at all doesn't bother me because the things that they're... Here's what burns about the movie, because I said I was torn about it. A lot of the ideas are interesting, but it's so shittily done
right.
that I just can't handle it. Like, alright, the idea of Misato and Ritsuko starting a counter nerve force because they realize Gendo's a piece of shit, and they have an airship. That's fucking hype, dude. That's cool. I'm down.
Yeah.
But it's not
done well.
It's not done well. It's not done like Eva. It's done like, I don't know what it's done like. I hate it. It feels...
Dude, Jet was there, though.
Yeah, there's some guy who looked like Jet from Bebop.
And a girl who looked like Faye. You see a girl who looks like Faye for like 3 seconds and she never shows up again.
It's just like...
The tan girl,
yeah.
the dark hair, you never see her again.
It's just... I feel like...
Dude, he pulled a Bleach with this.
It's just contrived.
He pulled a Bleach. He added interesting looking characters, didn't give them a story, and then they didn't show up again.
Yeah. It's like... It's just it's like...
This is some Force Shinobi War shit, bruh.
I obviously don't know Anno's writing process, really.
No.
I would assume he comes up with topics he wants to write about, or interesting ideas, and then he fleshes them out, and that's how he... Feels like he wrote the ideas, but he forgot to flesh them out, and he's like, shit, I better make a movie.
Right.
And it's obviously not just him. When people say it's, Anno, they mean the creative team behind it.
Right.
It's something's different. I don't know what it is, but maybe there's a lot of different writers working on it or something. I don't know.
It almost felt like they went, how much, like you were saying how they made Fallout 3, right? Where they just like, here, write this thing on a piece of paper, put it in a hat.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they just had a whiteboard with stuff written on it and they had a sticky ball and just tossed it at the wall and went, that sounds neat. I like that.
It seems like they wanted to sell new figures of every character, so they redesigned them.
You're so right. Dude, you're so right. They pulled a Transformers.
Because if I go to Amazon and I type in Asuka figure, they're all from this movie.
Oh, yeah.
With the hat.
Yeah, and the hat and the eye patch. And the sweater. And the sweatshirt.
God. So, okay.
And I can't find a Rey figure that's not like BS Rey with the scythe. Though I like the scythe.
I like the black plug suit, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
I like the dichotomy of original Rey having a white one and BS Rey having a black one.
I want the Reys to meet.
They kind of did. Well, she was in the tube.
Well, I mean, I actually want it, not like the idea of it.
Yeah. And hang out.
So Shinji pulls the spears, and there's like a
grows 4 arms.
So, and this whole time, Kaoru's like, oh no, I was the first angel now.
How could I?
I was the first child, now I'm the 13th angel. The beginning and the end are the... Yeah, that's what he said.
No, he was the first, to think I'm the first angel and now becoming the 13th.
No, he says first child, bro.
Did he say first child?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's what he said.
You are fucking lying.
Either way. First child, it doesn't make any sense either way. No matter what way you look at it, it doesn't make any sense.
No, it really didn't.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
They don't even fight him.
No.
I don't know what they do.
No,
like,
he just explodes.
Okay, so the
Okay, also, how does the collar work? Because, like, it sent out, like, weird spike things that went around his neck, and then they, like, shot into it.
I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
It's not even a bomb.
So Shinji's got 4 arms, and he's holding the 2 spears.
Yeah.
And he's, like, floating...
Which, like, they, like, cross over each other, which is kind of cool.
It looks fucking cool when he's floating in the air.
Oh, yeah, and he the top 2 arms, like, go up. He's like Goro, but, like, he, like, turns into what looks like an Ashura statue. And he's, like, floating up.
So then Kaoru, like, okay, so how this ends is Kaoru's like...
I will close the gates of guff.
So assuming, like, he, like, kills himself and also, like, messes up the Eva so that the 4th impact doesn't happen, whatever. I don't know why it's gonna happen.
Right.
Because he has spears. What the fuck does that... I don't... So...
No, because... I don't even care.
So then Kaoru blows up, which I don't...
Like, that dude explodes. Like, there's blood all over that plug.
Did somebody push the button?
No.
It doesn't show it.
No. In the beginning, they talk about how if Shinji ever has his emotions get up like that, like in Awaken his Eva, it'll explode. It doesn't necessarily need the button. It's an automatic thing.
Okay, so it's just convenient that it happens after Kaoru's done with the speech, before Shinji has any idea what's going on.
Yeah. Also, my question is, Tails' sister, Sakura, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes, oh, that thing is never coming off. Which implies that it cannot be removed.
Or that they have to do it, or something.
Right. But Kaoru just walks up to it and goes, let me just take this real quick. Boop. And puts it on himself. Also, my question...
Why would he put it on himself?
Why not just toss it to the side?
Did he have an idea what was going to happen? If he had an idea what was going to happen, why did he lie to Shinji? Nothing makes any sense. Nothing makes any sense. I was sitting here thinking during the entire credits about the shit that didn't make sense. And we've been talking for 30 minutes almost. And I still have no idea what the fuck happened at the end of the movie.
We keep talking about it, and the knot keeps getting more twisted and confused.
Yeah, it's more confusing when I think about it. And I'm... Ugh.
Can you imagine having to, like, we watched the second one, a week ago, right?
Yeah.
Imagine waiting 2 years and then coming to this. Like, watching these in theaters.
I feel bad that I didn't like it, and I don't have that much to say, because it's been so long since we did the original, and we've been so busy, like, trying to get these out and working on other stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But I said I was going to talk about Asuka. But I don't have that much to say. She's shitty.
Yeah, she's just not...
It's like... They took the parts of Asuka
that I didn't like, and made her that character.
The bitchy surface of Asuka.
The sun outer edge.
Yeah, and that's her whole character, and nothing she does makes any sense because nothing is ever explained about anything.
Like, she's all sun, no dare.
Like, okay, let's say that we have to have a 14-year time skip, and we have to, like, and...
keep Asuka as lolly bait.
Yeah. So... Okay, I guess that's an interesting idea. It's been 14 years. She's been fighting for 14 years, and she can't age. How would Asuka act at that stage? Oh, exactly the same. Exactly the same.
See, I would want a more calm, cool, collected, and, like, strategic...
You seem like she'd be more like Masato, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Bro, why did they just turn Asuka into Masato?
Because... to me, at least original Masato, bruh.
Right, original Masato.
Masato would not do that I think she'd get to the point where she wouldn't care. She's never been as invested in, like, the battle to the extent that, like, I can't imagine Asuka ever willingly giving up.
Right.
Fighting and piloting Eva.
Right.
So,
one cool thing they did do is Asuka does get a backdoor code thing, and it's like code 777 or whatever, and it turns into like a cat. It grew paws, dude. It grew paws.
That was pretty good. The beast mode was pretty cool, I admit.
Yeah. Beast mode's awesome anyway.
I like how their teeth.
Yeah.
The pilot's teeth are sharp and they have green eyes. That's cool. And like she had a blue eye under her. That was fucking hype, bro.
Yeah.
She's got something going on under there, bro.
Wasn't her original eyes blue, though?
Yeah.
So maybe, it's just, like, what her used to be her eye is, like came back because of... I don't know, it's stupid.
I don't know. It looks cool. That's fine. It works for me. That's fine.
Yeah.
But to me, like, Masato would never... like Masato would try to take Shinji and Asuka away from the shit that ruins their life if they don't have to. You know what I mean? If out of 14 years feel like such a long time for Masato to keep doing it with apparently no progress.
Right. They're still fighting Angel. They fight an angel in the beginning of this. They're still angels for some reason.
Yeah, and they all look the same, too, which sucked. But, like, yeah, the way I see it, Masato would, like, try to get Asuka and Shinji and just, like, have a quiet life with them.
Right.
Or something.
Where's Pen, by the way?
Dead, bro. I don't know.
No.
I think she would try to take Shinji and take him somewhere else and then, like, try to maybe explain to him everything that's happened and then they can figure out a way to fix it. And then Asuka would be trying to lead a resistance and fight back because that's all she knows.
Right.
And that's all she cares about.
Right.
That makes more sense to me.
Also, Masato straight up goes mission, like, Asuka goes, oh, the Colonel's, plan is always mission first, safety second. It's like, that is not how Masato operates.
I mean, she always was willing to
take risks, but she never risked the pilot's life.
Well, and she always was absolutely confident that
stuff would
it was going to work out. She's like, Ritsuko would be like, there's a
if you don't try, you don't know.
There's a 0.00001% chance, and Masato's like, all right, well, we'll do it. That's
right.
enough. That's enough of a chance for me.
Right.
Like, she always seemed like...
Okay, also, they're piloting their airship with Unit 1.
Okay, and let's say Masato has changed a lot in the past 14 years to make her how she is now. This is what I was saying. None of it's ever explained, so we're just supposed to infer. It's like they just slapped you a different character and you're supposed to, like, guess how they developed.
Right.
That's the worst, shittiest, laziest writing I've ever seen in my life.
Ugh. It's bad.
It's bad.
It's bad.
I dislike the movie now more than I did when I was...
watching.
Before we're talking about it. So...
Now you understand why, like, I kept saying, like, yeah, I kept hearing, like, bad things about it. I'm not exactly excited for watching this.
Mary goes with the resistance group and they all leave. And Shinji, Rei, and Asuka are, like, stuck at ground zero of the almost fourth impact. And Asuka pops open Shinji's...
She's like, in 14... She goes, straight up, 14 years you haven't changed. He was in a fucking coma. And she's like kicking him and like hitting him in the ground. He just watched the dude, like, his only actual friend, brains all over his plug, dude. How do you expect him to react?
So she just curled up in a ball and Asuka pulls him out.
Hey, at least this time he didn't, like, kill him. Shinji's not responsible for Kaoru's death this time.
Nice.
We'd step up.
And Rei's there, and Asuka's like, we gotta get out of here so they can find us. And, like, that's you said...
The L contamination, what is the L contamination?
The Kaoru scene, the Kaoru scenes, and the Fuyutsuki scene.
Are, like, the few good scenes in this.
And then this ending scene. I want a movie of Shinji, Asuka, and Rei trapped in, like, a ground zero type situation, and then they gotta get out, and there's, like, weird fucking monsters, and they, like, all grow as characters together, and they become friends, but there's interpersonal conflict, because they don't really get along that well, you know?
No.
Asuka has these weird feelings for Shinji, so does Rei. Rei doesn't really understand him. Rei doesn't give a fuck about Asuka. Asuka hates Rei's guts.
But this is a different Rei, though. So, like...
I know.
Like, BS Rei now has to, like, learn, like, who am I? What am I?
Yeah, like...
Am I actually Rei Ayanami, or am I a different entity separately?
Yeah. The only interesting thing, and I want to hope that in the fourth movie it's followed up on, but how do I know they don't time skip again, a month?
100 years.
They time skip 1 month where everyone's, all back together and everyone's like, Shinji asshole. I don't know. Man.
It's bad.
I didn't like
4.44 better be good.
3.33 out of 10. I didn't hate it that much, but I'd give it like a 4 or a 5.
Yeah. The animation was still good.
The animation was good. Like I said, I liked the character designs. There were some good scenes, but it felt like it just lacked the...
You don't like Kiwakami's... Or Kiwa... Fuck it. That character's design, I kind of like it, though. I think.
I
She's
mean, I
not
like
cute.
it in a vacuum, but I think it.
Yeah,
She
she
does
very
not.
much
She does not
sticks
look
out.
like she fits in at all.
No.
Even the main characters of Ava with their colorful hair and stuff all look like reasonably realistic, especially compared to everyone else. She looks like she belongs in like Kill la Kill or some shit.
She does.
Yeah, like with the big cartoony lips and like the pink hair, like she'd be walking around in like a
Background. She looks like she'd probably be a club president that Ryoko has to fight.
yeah. So I mean, I don't have any faith that anything's gonna happen with
The
that.
president of the mech club.
Yeah. So
That'd be a hype ass fight.
It felt like when they started the rebuilds, they were always going to do 4 movies, and they got through the first one, and they're like, all right, now we can start doing some new shit, and then they did, and it was pretty good. I did like the second movie.
I really like the second one.
And then they got to the third movie, and they're like, fuck. And there's just they went up to bat. And there's no
3 strikes.
They lasted 2 innings because they had no follow through, and their defense was terrible.
Exactly.
I don't know why I'm going for a baseball metaphor. They had good ideas and they did not capitalize on them at all. I don't think because it presents all these. Like, I want to read the fan fiction version of this movie.
I want to see the series version of these Rebuild, because then you can actually tell the story.
I want to see the. Let's say that the original series didn't have like the last 3 episodes or whatever, and no End of Eva, and then Shinji did something. There was a time skip, and then there was a second season that was like follow through on this setup. That would be interesting.
Yes,
that's not what it is.
Yes, you know what I want? I want a ground, like top to bottom remake of the original series, but with this like animation style.
I don't know if I want that.
I don't know. I'd like to see it.
I would like to see this setup exist as like an alternate ending to the original series, and it'd be like 26 episodes. That sounds way better than getting these movies.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's it. We're at the end, folks.
Yeah.
This
is the end of Evangelion.
This truly is the end of Evangelion. We're here.
It feels so weird.
Well, because it's not really over.
No.
And it's like I've always considered these like their own separate entity.
Yeah.
Like End of Eva was like the big, climax. Like when we were making them, we raced to get that done, and then we know this is taking forever, but we don't have like we're busy, but the motivation's also a little bit lacking just because it feels like its own different thing. So
yeah.
We're gonna play one of the games.
I want to play Battle Orchestra.
I don't know. I guess here's what I'm thinking now. My plan was different. I think I'm gonna immediately after we record this, like within the next day, I'm gonna edit all these and throw them all up at once. And if you're still watching, because I love you very much.
Yep, we do.
Tell us what Ava game we should play if you've played any.
Yeah.
We wanted to play the Shinji Ikari Raising Project.
But there's no English translation in...
I think Girlfriend of Steel has one.
Right, but that's not an Eva thing.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
I didn't think it was.
Or the N64 game, or like what's the fighting game called?
Battle Orchestra.
Battle Orchestra. Any of those, or all of them. I'd love to...
yeah, also stay tuned for... We're going to do Gurren.
Gurren soon.
Yeah.
And
Gunbuster and Diebuster.
Ooh, and Halloween's coming up.
Yep.
Halloween's coming up. That's all I can say.
Yep.
All right.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Stay tuned. And all right, here's my plan. Here's what I normally do. When I finished the original series and End of Eva, I binged, all this research about like different aspects of the creation of it and stuff.
I don't feel like doing that for this.
I mean, I'm gonna look into the background of these a little bit more, maybe find out some more about them. Maybe that will bring some understanding, but I don't think it's gonna make me like the movie more.
No.
If I have to go scour wiki and TV tropes pages to understand your character's motivations, then you failed. That's what.
Yep. Also, if we're still around when 4.44 comes out,
If we're still around, are we gonna die?
I don't know if we remember, but we will try to see it if it comes out in theaters. We'll try to see it then.
Oh yeah.
But unfortunately, I have to watch it in English.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but oh well.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You can't make the movie that much worse, I'm sure.
You can only make it better.
So, that's all, folks.
Yep.
I love you.
Yep. Well,
Be a original series Asuka and Ray. Don't be a rebuild Asuka and Ray.
Yep. I don't know. Original rebuild Ray is pretty good.
Yeah.
She's all nice and everything.
She cooks.
Yep. She tries to anyway.
All right, we're out. See you later.
See ya.
Love ya.